This is Jessica, and I just want to make a comment on a comment that I made. I watched an interview on YouTube with David Spade on the Today Show, and with that, he likened the Rob Lowe roast to the roasts of days gone by, like the Dean Martin roast and things like that. And my comment was that this was nothing like that. This was not a celebrity roast. This was a who could be the most shocking, who could one-up the next. And whether you like them or not is irrelevant. To tell someone that they got their coloring from their father who died as a first responder in 9/11, albeit I don't like Pete Davidson. I think that was an awful thing for someone to say. To tell someone that they'd be better off dead, that they could save themselves by killing themselves. Again, that's not roasting. That's just awful. I mean, the thing, you cannot like someone and roast them professionally. And, I mean, Jeffrey Ross is a professional roaster. He takes low blows. Yes, he does. But I didn't see him go to those levels that others did. And maybe he did watch those old roasts and he knows what it's about, but Ralph Macchio and I think it's Macchio and Coulter both did their thing, insulted who they insulted, went back to the person who was being roasted, and then closed with how much they like them or how much they appreciate them or what the relationship means to them. And that's kind of what roasts always did, was you kind of slammed them and then you came back with, but you know what, it's all in good fun and I really do like you. Or I do care about you, or it was all just meant to be fun. And there wasn't a whole lot of fun that came out of that roast. I'm sorry, my opinion, I posted my opinion, and then a 19-year-old decided that I was a bigot because I'm white. And even though the entire panel was white and there was really nothing racially charged going on except calling Ann Coulter a bigot. And the whole thing, I don't even know how Ann Coulter wound up there. Yes, she set herself up. I think she is crazy on a lot of levels, not just for being involved in the roast, but I think that her whole persona is over the top. I've said that all along. I'm not defending her. I think she didn't do her homework and she didn't know what she was getting into, or she probably wouldn't have gone. If you're going to put yourself up in front of Hollywood and be an ultra right-wing nut, sorry, yeah, you're gonna get fried, and that's what happened. But she didn't just get fried. Like I said, in roasts, they make fun of your looks, they make fun of your work, they make fun of your career, they make fun of your movies, they make fun of your music, whoever it is being roasted. But this was taken to such a level that I can't say it was even roasting. I can't even get on board and say that what I watched last night was a roast. It was who could be the most offensive with the comments they made. And just my opinion, I did state just that. And when I stated that, I got attacked by some 19-year-old who then went on to stalk me after saying that if I was waiting for their comeback, I could get it off, I could scrape it off my mother's teeth. And my mother has been in heaven for longer than they've been alive. So, and then when I blocked them, they followed me and changed who they were signed in as and started posting as someone else, as if I wasn't going to know it was them. So I immediately blocked that. I'm a little embarrassed at some of the things I retorted with, but when being personally attacked, you do tend to attack back, so that's kind of what I did. But that being said, I just kind of wanted to throw that out there, and there was nothing that was a roast about this. It was awful, it was inflammatory, it was horrible, and some of the things that were said, I'm sure are going to lead to scars. I mean, to tell Jewel that her teeth are 5 different colors, I think, why? That's not attacking their craft, it's attacking them personally. And I'm sure Jewel went home and looked in the mirror and said, oh my god, look at my teeth, and as if she didn't know that her teeth weren't perfect. What is perfection? I mean, are any of the people slinging the mud perfect? No. And while Rob Davidson sat there and smoked a cigarette on the panel, heckling which is another thing that the dais doesn't do. They take the jabs. They don't heckle. They don't come back with comments while they're being roasted. To me, maybe he's too immature to know what a roast is about. I don't know. But David Spade, I have to argue with you that this was nothing like a roast I've ever seen, and I have watched a lot of roasts. I enjoy watching roasts, and I particularly was looking forward to this because I like Rob Lowe. I think he's, I've been watching him since I was little. I had a crush on him when I was little. So, I'm really disappointed all around. And like I said, some of the things that were said and harped on were just over the top and unnecessary, and in defense of all, not in just defense of one. Talking about dead celebrities when associating them to one of the dais, one of the roasters, and one of the people on the dais, and to talk about dead parents, and to talk about someone killing themselves. And I think Ann Coulter's got a pretty thick skin, but I know she didn't know what she was getting into. So, there you have it. But, that being said, I just wanted to share my thoughts on that and the exchange that happened after I shared my thoughts on it. A lesson learned. And if you haven't watched it, I wouldn't watch it around your kids. Even with the censoring out the dirty words, or the beeps, as you will, beeping out the dirty words, it still was way, way, way over the top, and more over the top than anything I've ever seen. It wasn't funny. It was trash, and I lost respect for most of the people that were on that panel. And like I said, some of them I've never seen before. I couldn't have called out their name in a lineup. But minor celebrities, maybe major celebrities, and I'm too old. That's possible too. But I just thought the whole thing was an abomination, and nothing funny about it, nothing entertaining about it. And even Ann Coulter coming out and thinking it was a publicity tour, it was just inappropriate, and I think everything about it was just profoundly mishandled. And whoever directed it, and even thought that this was a good idea, and edited it, because clearly it was edited, did a really bad job. It was not funny. It was shocking. It was going to make the news, and maybe that was their goal, was to get a little ink. Kind of the shock jock mentality, see if we can, get the headlines with being so rude and crude, and hey, they succeeded at that. So I guess any publicity is good publicity. There you have it. So if that was their goal, mission accomplished. But I know personally I have lost respect for most of the people that were roasting, and the things they said and the way they went about it. I wouldn't support them. I wouldn't watch their shows. I wouldn't buy their tickets to to see them live. I wouldn't buy their books, whatever it is they're selling, whatever it is they're touting. Just the way that the whole thing was handled was obnoxious, to say the least. So, there you have it. And I hope you have a great day. And if you do watch it, make sure you're sitting down. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.